Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. We gather here to honor our fallen heroes, those who made the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives to our nation. But today, we must also acknowledge an equally heavy tragedy. So we hold space for the veterans who survived the battlefield only to lose their lives in quiet, invisible, internal battles. Both were brave. Both served us honorably, and both are deeply missed. Whether a life was lost in combat or to the invisible wounds of trauma, the root cause is the devotion they held for our country. The cost of war is never truly paid when the guns go silent. For many, the battles come home with them. To become a member of a branch of service in the military, recruits participate in 6 to 13 weeks of extremely intense training, known as boot camp. However, when they separate from military life and come back home, there isn't any training to prepare them to re-enter civilian life. For a veteran, there is no greater loss than seeing their friends fall in combat. So many of them keep repeating the scene in their mind, trying to figure out if there was something they could have done to change the ending. And after a while, they tell themselves that they will get over those poignant memories and forget their losses sometime. Often, though, those faces come back to them in the shadows of their dreams every night. They are constant reminders of the brotherhood, the camaraderie, and the family they search to find for the rest of their lives, and intuitively know they probably won't be able to. Their friends and family members desperately try to bridge the gap, but it is sometimes pointless. Serving with men and women who died by their side or sometimes in their arms can render pre-war family and friends untrustworthy and undependable. The seeds of sadness, loneliness, and suicide are planted on the battlefield, but they remain dormant until they come back home. As they step off the plane, their family and friends are waiting and waving flags and telling them they are heroes and that they are proud of them. These veterans, though, are well aware of the fact that what happened in combat leaves a lasting impact on how they see the world. Therefore, when they return home and everyone calls them a hero, some can feel so alone and overwhelmed with guilt. They just wish they could go back so they don't have to worry about people thanking them for their service. And if they don't go back, many of them alienate everyone in their lives because their life experiences have placed a tremendous gap between them and others. Furthermore, they feel if they let anyone close, they might lose them. And honestly, they cannot afford any more losses. In 2025 U.S. Department of Defense report, 24 years after the start of Afghanistan war in 2001, over 6,900 soldiers were killed in action, while over 140,000 veterans have died by suicide. According to the 2025 VA report, veteran suicide rate is currently at 17 per day, which is about 6,200 veterans a year. The Operation Deep Dive, a study by America's Warrior Partnership, reports at least 44 veterans' deaths a day when including self-injury mortality, accidental overdoses, and undetermined deaths. The VA reports that in 2024, we have about 33,000 homeless veterans and over 1,200,000 veterans who live in poverty in our country. More than 1 in 10 US veterans have been diagnosed with a substance abuse disorder. And these are only the ones who have gone to the VA and received a diagnosis. Sadly, there are thousands of these veterans among us, masking their pain with alcohol and drugs, who have not received a diagnosis or treatment. 76% of veterans say that their transition experience has been very difficult and highly stressful. Studies show that those veterans are 5 times more likely to experience suicidal ideation. Women in the armed force face unique struggles after leaving the military. More than 40% of female veterans report experiencing sexual harassment or sexual trauma. Today, there are as many as 2 million female veterans in the United States. Many of them suffer from social alienation and feel invisible in their communities after returning home from overseas. Female veterans are twice as likely to experience homelessness and 2 times more likely to die by suicide than their civilian counterparts. Limited services and few care systems increase the suicide rate among female veterans. This year, we celebrate June 12th in recognition of the anniversary of the 1948 Women's Armed Services Integration Act, granting women permanent place and an opportunity for a career in the nation's military. This June 12th at 5:30, we will honor America's military women, past and present, at our flagship. Come celebrate them and walk with us in solidarity as we honor the women who have made noble sacrifices and courageously fought for our freedom. The best way to honor both the killed in action and those lost to suicide is by checking on the veterans who are still with us and ensuring that no one feels alone. In the last 7.5 years, Open Doors to Future Possibilities has successfully filled that gap and helped 8,000 veterans heal from past trauma, reclaim their future, and reintegrate and thrive through our services, such as counseling and connection to their benefits and resources. We've empowered them to feel that they belong again and that they can lead happy, successful lives. We're also working tirelessly to launch a comprehensive nationwide suicide prevention network for our veterans to make sure no veteran is left in the dark. This network is built on an innovative intervention framework that I've developed and have rigorously tested over the last decade. Through my personal implementation of this new approach, 242 veterans with histories of suicidal attempts or active suicidal ideation have reclaimed their desire to live, found renewed hope, achieved their goals, and built fulfilling lives with their loved ones. We at Open Doors in Future Possibilities have expanded our reach by increasing the number of locations where we serve our veterans. While we now actively help them at 7 locations, we will be opening 3 more offices in Sacramento, Santa Cruz, and San Mateo by the end of the summer. Yay! This expansion moves us closer to manifesting my burning desire to spread our offices across the country from sea to to shining sea, ensuring every veteran is supported. Today, we have gathered here to remember the profound courage and selflessness of our fallen service members. We're also here to honor all the brave men and women who serve and their families who endure daily sacrifices to protect the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality which the United States was founded on. Let's remember that freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It must be fought for, protected, and passed on. My hope is that this event brings people from all walks of life together, united by the single label of patriot, transcending labels of race, religion, or political affiliation. The wreaths here represent us with the commitment as a united America to remember the fallen. Not only their deaths, but also their fruitful lives, with our unending appreciation, respect, and love for who they have been and what they have done. Let us pause in silent reflection to honor the memory of the brave men and women who have given their lives for our country, including the 13 U.S. service members killed during Operation Epic Fury. Thank you.